2022 has been a roller coaster year for SEOs. Is 2023 going to get any easier? I'm going to prepare you for all the possibilities that SEO in 2023 has to throw at us so you don't get thrown out of the coaster. Let's go. The first thing to look out for in the next year is AI content writing. It's supposed to be a robot. Now, we've been testing AI content writing at Exposure Ninja for a few years now, and to be honest, it's always sucked. Until fairly recently. Now it's actually pretty reasonable and can be useful if it's driven correctly. To give a bit of background, the AI language model GPT-3 has allowed marketers to use AI to do things like come up with basic outlines of articles and come up with ideas for content titles. Now, it is useful and it does help speed up things a little bit, but it still requires an experienced human copywriter to drive it and a lot of human intervention to get really useful, high quality content. But the release of the next generation AI language model GPT-4 should increase the quality of the content that these AI tools produce and therefore increase its usage amongst marketers. All right, what does this mean for SEO and you? Does this all of a sudden mean that your competitors are going to be churning out vast volumes of super content about every single topic under the sun, swallowing up all your rankings and leaving you deserted, sad and naked? No! And in fact, Google's helpful content update sought to penalize sites that basically do that, publishing huge amounts of content about topics that they have very little first-hand knowledge or experience in. Now, my personal take is that the helpful content Google algorithm update was actually designed to strengthen Google's position and get it ready for a world where AI-generated content proliferates. AI-generated content is coming, and Google needs to make sure that its ranking algorithms aren't too easily gameable, particularly by lazy, naughty marketers who just want to press a button and have software do their job so they can go to the beach and earn passive income. We know that lazy and naughty marketers cannot be trusted with any shiny new tool like AI content generation. They will use it to just spam their way to oblivion. But luckily, Google is aware of this tendency too and has worked hard to neutralize basically every version of spam that naughty, lazy marketers have come up with. They neutralize the threat of spammy links. They neutralize the threat of scraping content, and they will neutralize every spam tactic that marketers come up with. AI content generation will be no different. And by the way, this isn't to say that AI content generation is doomed. Quite the opposite. I fully expect AI content tools to become a part of every marketer's workflow over time. AI content will have a huge impact on search and SEO, but rather than completely changing the game, what we expect is that this will merely raise the bar. It will raise the average quality of content that is being produced and force those of us who really want to rank for the most competitive, most profitable phrases to work that bit harder. As it is currently, the winners will be the ones who are able to produce the highest quality content, whether they're writing it or using tools like AI to generate it. As for AI content generation's impact over the next year, only time will tell. We're still waiting for GPT-4 and to see the impact it will have compared to the previous generations, so stay tuned. But one thing's for sure, it's a fascinating time to be in the world of content. When you used to search on Google, you used to get 10 blue links. Now when you search on Google, you get all sorts. You get videos, you get maps, you get local store product inventory levels, featured snippets, business profiles, product listings, weather, show times, journey times, times tables. The Google search results pages feature more types of media than ever, and we expect this trend to continue. Now, of course, all of this means that you might be seeing a lower click-through rate from search results to your website. So how do you take advantage of these changes? Well, you need to understand the different types of content that are showing up for your customers and the people that you're targeting in search. And then you need to make sure you're playing that game. For example, if you're not creating video content for your business, then you really want to consider it. For a while now, Google has been using video in the featured snippets for some searches. In particular, what you'll see is Google pulling out sections of a video to recommend to searchers. That's why you'll see us using chapter markers in our YouTube videos, because this gives Google a really clear indication of which sections it needs to show to searchers searching for that query. We can also expect Google to show more short form video, particularly YouTube Shorts, in search results. Of course, one of the most beneficial ways to rank on Google is through the classic featured snippet, and this year will be no different. Featured snippets are where you get short bits of text ranked for informational searches, just as we have for our client here for the search, what is a smart office? So how do you get featured snippets? Well, the first step is to get your content ranking in the first place. The vast majority of featured snippets are from pages that are already ranking on page 1 of Google. Then it's about giving Google a short paragraph which answers the question that you're targeting in the featured snippet. You can also use things like unordered lists and tables, as sometimes these will show up as featured snippets as well. Of course, the downside of all these search features is a lower click-through rate from search results. So when searchers do see your website on Google, you want to make sure as many of them click on your link as possible. And this is all about having a compelling page title and meta description so they're tantalized and can't help clicking on your site. The third thing that you need to be aware of is the continued rise of Google Discover. There's no relevance to these two, I just think they're really cute. I mean, yeah. Rankings. So basically, when you use the Google app, or you use Chrome on a mobile device, or you use Android on your home screen, you will see content that Google is recommending to you based on your interest, your previous search history, and your location. Now, as a business, this can be a great way of getting free, qualified traffic to your site. Let me give you an example. So I previously bought the latest Apple Watch because I'm just one of those losers. And I started my product search on Google typing in Apple Watch Ultra. Now, as soon as I'd done that, every time I opened my Google app on my phone, I started seeing Apple Watch Ultra related content. Things like reviews or tests or information about where you could get it, all that type of stuff. Now, what's going on here? Well, Google has decided that I have an interest in this particular topic from the knowledge graph. It's then serving me up content which is also about that topic, and it's going to be testing that content on all the people that are interested in the Apple Watch Ultra to see what gets the highest engagement level. It will then push that content to more of those people. It's basically like free retargeting or like free in-market audience YouTube ads, where you can run ads to people who are in the market for buying something. So it's really high quality traffic because it's shown interest in your topic previously. Alright, so how do you get your content featured in Google Discover? Well, one of the main things that you need to do is optimize your content for both search and browse. So we're all used to writing blog posts, articles, which are optimized for search, right? You use your target keywords in the headline, you use your target keywords throughout, you make sure it's really engaging and all that type of stuff. But you also need to optimize your content for browse. So what about targeting browse traffic? Well, in order to be able to target browse traffic effectively, you need to be able to get clicks from people who haven't just searched for what your article is about. They need to see your article, say, oh yeah, that's about something that's interesting to me, and click on it. So usually there needs to be some sort of curiosity element that gets them to click. You also need to make sure that there is a compelling high resolution image in your post, at least 1200 pixels wide. This is going to be the year of voice search. Wait, what? No, it's not. Again? Okay, Google, what is the smart office?
On the website merriam-webster.com, they say, to say rude and irritating things to someone, ignore her. She is just smarting off again.
Okay, Google, stop.
Do you want a little more context?
People have been saying this is the year of voice search since 2018, 2017, 2019. It doesn't really matter. The point is the jury is still out on the commercial value of getting your business featured in voice search. Sure, it's a nice gimmick to be able to tell your clients so they can ask their smart speaker what is a smart office and hear their name back to them. But how does this turn into commercial benefit? Where's the money? Nobody knows. Now, of course, it doesn't hurt ranking for voice search queries. It's basically just featured snippets. So if you get ranked for a featured snippet in position 0, usually you'll also be visible in the voice search version of that query. But to be honest, the only company really benefiting from voice search at the moment is Google. So those are some of the new trends to be aware of in SEO over the next year. So what should you really be focusing on and prioritizing this year if you want to improve your rankings? Well, before we go through those, I wanted to tell you a little bit about how we at Exposure Ninja can help you with your SEO and your digital marketing more broadly. If you want to increase the rankings of your website and generate more leads and sales through it, we have a free service called the Exposure Ninja Free Website and Marketing Review. All you need to do is go to our website, exposureninja.com, click the big button, and you'll see a form which asks you a bunch of questions about your business and your marketing. One of our team will then analyze your website and your competitors and your digital marketing, and they'll map you out a 6-month prioritized action plan that you can follow to generate more leads and sales through your site. This service is completely free, and it's been requested by some of the largest brands in the world. And when I say that, I mean like top 3 or top 5 largest brands in the world. You need to focus your SEO attention in the next 12 months in order to improve your rankings and traffic. Well, there are fundamentally 3 principles that you need to obey regardless of the trends. Fundamentally, Google works, and it works for businesses and it works for users because it sticks to these 3 principles and doesn't deviate. These 3 things will matter always. So if you stay on the right side of these 3 things, you will always see your rankings improve. The first of these is relevance. You need to be relevant for the phrases that people are searching for. Of course, the best way to do this is to use the exact language that they are using when they are searching. This is about keyword research. This is about target audience identification. This is about knowing your customer. Also important for relevance is context, understanding what people want when they're searching. If they're searching for information, you need to be sure that the pages you're trying to rank are informative. If they're searching for tutorials, you need to make sure that they're tutorials. If they're searching because they want to buy something, you need to be targeting commercial pages that have something for sale. The second thing to focus on is quality. Now, quality matters, quality will always matter, and with AI content generation coming through, the bar is only going to get higher. The quality of the content required to rank in the top positions of Google is just going to get higher. So as well as publishing the best information that your business possibly can, this is about having a truly world-class website. Make sure that you deserve to rank for the phrases that you're targeting. Make sure your site's mobile friendly and stay on the right side of core web vitals, optimizing your website for speed of loading as well. The third area to focus on is authority. Google is getting better at understanding authority, and we expect this to continue. So boost your visibility online. Not just your business's visibility online, but your visibility online, particularly if you are listed as the author of the content on your website. This can boost your expertise, authority, and trust, EAT, and could help boost the ranking of content attributed to you. One of the focuses of many of our award-winning SEO and content marketing campaigns is digital PR, and often this is to promote thought leadership, basically boosting the visibility of a company figurehead so that we can improve the perception of their expertise both in Google's eyes and of course the eyes of their customers. Now, if you want some more evidence that EAT is only going to become more important on Google, then let's have a think about how Google actually trains its algorithms to rank websites. So Google has over 10,000 search quality raters, and these are humans that rate the quality of search results on a page. And what Google does is it gives them this search quality rater guidelines book, this report thing that they have to learn. And this gives them very clear guidelines on how to measure the quality of a website. These search quality raters learn this guide, and then they're given lots of websites to analyze, and they have to score them on how useful is this website? How well does it match the query that you've typed into Google search? Now, that guide has a really heavy emphasis on who is behind the website. What's the expertise and the authority of the author of this site or the company that is behind it? And what sort of trust signals are visible, whether this is qualification or third-party indicators of trust like reviews. So let's think about this. Google sets the criteria that it wants these search quality raters to use. It then uses those search quality raters to train its algorithms, so its algorithms are learning how to analyze the quality of websites based on the expertise, authority, and trust of the companies and people behind those sites. The more training data those algorithms have, the better they will get at replicating the analysis done by these search quality raters. EAT will only become more important. Now, earlier on, we talked about the importance of video in search results, and in particular, making sure that your business is producing videos to rank in Google and on YouTube. In this video, we break down a video marketing approach that you can use to get started with this, even if you're brand new to creating videos. So go and check it out. If you've enjoyed this video, drop us a comment. What trends are you most excited about in the future of SEO? And of course, subscribe and click the little bell notification icon so you're notified every time we post something new. Until next time, see you soon.